I have a question of insignificance for you to kind of throw things off, and I'm just curious because it's something that has crossed my mind, and I'm curious to know. You are a father again, times two. Congratulations! I am as well. Uh, we both have sons who will most likely be sports fans or fanatics like we are. I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on uh, your sports fandom or allegiance to specific teams. Is there any kind of requirements or things that you kind of are hoping or wishing that he doesn't root for? I don't think that you had two, like, if he's a Pistons fan, are you going to be worried that, like, to your diehard Chicago Bullsness? At least for me, like Jack knows, we have the stinky Packers, the Sox, the White Sox. I'm not a fan of, and the Yankees. Like, he could root for any other team as far as that goes. I'm just curious. Do you have any other thoughts on that? Like the allegiance of fandom.
Well, I certainly I'll make sure it's age appropriate before I start getting too strict because I most likely from what I see kids is like they just kind of care what the colors are, or they hear
Yeah.
about one player and they cling to that, and then that's the team that they've heard of, even if there's a team that plays right down the street from where they live. Uh, in my case, it's the Charlotte Hornets that nobody's ever heard of. So, um, so if they're going to like any of the rival teams that I grew up hating, then I suppose that's fine, but they better be prepared to go to battle, because once they get old enough, I will not take it easy on them. I will remind them
Okay.
constantly. I want them to have the real fan experience. So when it's
Yeah.
bad, I want I want them
Like,
to
there's no
feel.
switching. Like, he can't
Yeah.
switch all of a sudden to your team, is what you're saying.
Well, so I'll I'll do what they do in the Olympics. You get to change one time, all right?
Okay.
You get
Okay.
to change. You get to change what country you play for one time. You can't go back and forth. But then that's it. So, but
All right.
I will say, as I've gotten older personally, I tend to bandwagon without guilt, guiltlessly bandwagon a little bit, because especially as you watch this much basketball, your sort of allegiance to a specific team kind of gets dissipated. You're just kind of like
Yeah.
hoping for good games at this point.
Yep. No, I appreciate your honesty. I was definitely curious. I will throw out some of those randomly in the future. I at least wanted to get that started.